Welcome back, healing family. Welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I am going to do a general message for Libra. Okay, know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed, you know, the jazz. Just interpret the message as it best resonates for you. Not every single message is meant for you. It's always meant for the person that most desperately needs to hear it. Understand that, okay? It's like you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. Well, spiritual energy, again, we get what we need. So sometimes, even if it's an undesirable message, even if it's a message that we don't like, a lot of times we need to hear the message. Don't underestimate the planting of a seed. All right. Now, anything that you need to know about the channel, if you're new to the channel, you can find in the description box below. I have 2 other YouTube channels. The links are in there. You can find my website link. You can find my Patreon link, all that good stuff. And you'll always find whatever giveaway I'm giving for the day. So today, if you happen to catch this video, and even if you're not a Libra and you wind up listening to it and it resonates for you, well, I believe that the message is, again, meant for the person that needs to hear it. So, again, you might catch the video in the midstream. Again, just know that you're a magnet. You're a magnet of it. And that's the way that the universe is supporting you, by bringing you something that you need. Anyway, so the description box, I said, the giveaway, by the way, today is, if you want to win a free reading with me, all you need to do is like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Well, actually, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and write the word healer in your comment bar. And that automatically gets you into entering into winning a free psychic reading with me. All right. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's jump right on in. We always start off looking at the healing energy first using my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer deck. Hey, now the Psychic Soul Healer deck is going to tell us what gifts and what wounds we need to look at. What the relevance of it, we'll find out as the reading goes on. And I like to look at the spiritual energy first, because that is always the energy that's driving our actions. That's where our behaviorisms comes from. So if you're dealing with a soulmate twin flame that's not treating you very well, if you're having problems within your relationship, any relationship, if you're having issues within your job, health, again, this energy is going to give us clues on what's either blocking or what you need to do to heal it. Or we may be looking at a gift or something having to do with your soul's path. Who knows? Again, the spiritual energy that is driving you right now is not always a relationship. It's not always a job. It could be, what's the meaning of life? Or you could be stuck in depression, God forbid. All right, so let's just, I'm going to pull right from the middle of the deck and see. Intrusive. I hate that energy, intrusive. Automatically, I'm feeling like someone's working around someone that's very intrusive, and they're not doing it through a passive, they're not doing it in your face. They're doing it in a passive aggressive way. Because it's people do things to psychically attack. And so they're not going to outright do it so that it draws attention, so that they look bad, but you know that they're doing it. And this is harsh because I'm also feeling like it has to do with, again, Joker card. And this, I'm going to always put it to the side because it adds flavor to the reading. It's say flavor. Well, it's, again, like another element, another layer to the reading, which is no identity. No identity. It's chameleon card. So intrusive energy, and then people that are, going along with the crowd. Codependency. Now I'm feeling almost like someone is going through almost like a spiritual test right now. And the spiritual test is whether you can handle the situation that is emotionally triggering with diplomacy. Or are you going to handle it emotionally? If you handle it emotionally, understand you'll wind up sabotaging yourself. Because the triggers are there, the passive aggressive intrusive energy is there, and the wounds that you have are there. So what's at stake? Synthesis. So again, when I say synthesis, that's almost like synchronicities, right? There's signs and synchronicities within the world, and there's a certain vibration and energy that goes with synthesis, and that's one of a high vibration. So in order for you to deal with intrusive energy, passive aggressive energy, and people that just go along with the crowd, you're going to have to keep your energy high. Again, where by connecting with people that are like-minded to you, people that are going to bring out the best in you, people that are going to take you out of your mind. Because the worst part of intrusive, and even when a person gaslights, that's intrusive energy because they're doing it in a passive aggressive way, but they're doing it purposely. Now, remember, your choice of focus is your greatest tool to deal with someone that's passive aggressive, someone that's intrusive, someone that wants to rob you of your energy because they're jealous. But really, that energy, that synthesis energy, when things are automatically falling into place, the synchronicities. And I believe right now, Libra, you are on your soul's path and you are just kind of living your own life, seeing where spirit takes you on your spiritual path, which is an unfoldment process. And when we're like co-creating, and when we are manifesting on our soul's path, or whether we're just on our soul's path discovering who we are, there's still that synthesis. So we can tap into the energy, and when we feel imbalanced, we can re-regulate, this is saying, because subconsciously this energy is intrusive. And again, it's the passive aggressive way. So it could be gaslighting. Gaslighting is a way, again, that makes people feel inferior. It's a way that these people are trying, well, this one person, but understand the people that are going along with this person because they don't have enough of an identity themselves. They're too afraid to go against this dominant energy. So when you have people that go along with the crowd, and the crowd is not, that one person and is not a good person, well, you can understand why that would be difficult, because you'd almost feel like everyone was ganging up against you, even if they weren't. So we have to say again, what's at stake? Why couldn't you just leave? Because obviously, if this is showing up in your energy, it means that it's a spiritual test, and spiritual tests are not all or nothing. We don't deal with the spiritual test one way or the other. We deal with it to find balance. And we find balance again through walking our path, through again embodying our unique individuality, again through connecting to different people, like-minded people that bring us joy, people that are going to keep our vibration high, to counteract that energy. Because what's at stake is really your 10 of Pentacles. So it's again, money, finances, happiness. So happiness, wealth, joy. So everyone is seeing your success. They don't want you to see your success. That's the intrusive gaslighting energy. So again, I said someone within your job that's around you sees your talent, sees again that you're a go-getter, sees that you're manifesting things, and it's very triggering to them. So again, they are going to try to create an environment that makes you feel very uncomfortable. Now, this a lot of times brings us back to a wound, an original wound that of having to deal with someone that was intrusive. So remember, intrusive people are not logical. It's not logical. They're acting out from a place of fear and emotion. So if you're an empath, you have to again protect your energy. And we would protect our energy again by always knowing when we feel out of balance. And when we feel in balance, we counteract that energy, and we counteract that energy with being around people, again, that are going to feed us emotionally, as well as doing things that are going to take us out of our mind. Because you don't want to always be codependent. You don't always want to run to people. However, it's important to counteract that energy, because if you're around people that are making you feel as if you're not good enough, again, that's intrusive. It's psychically attacking you. So if you're around people that do that, you want to be around also people that show you love. But you also want to work on yourself to be able to counteract that energy on your own, because there sometimes you're not going to be able to go to anyone. You're going to have to deal with that difficult person. And understand there's something at stake. 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of wealth, a lot of money, success, very triggering. Stay grounded. Stay grounded. Do what you need to do. Understand God is with you all the time. He lives inside of you. If it's a gift of Holy Spirit, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Only you can stop you. If you're going to let someone come in, intrusively disrupt your energy, then understand then you're not mature enough to have. Because again, being spiritually evolved means that you have to deal with a lot of people that are not. And because again, they're perceiving that you have something that they don't. Your success is bringing out their fear because of their lack, their perception of lack within themselves. So that's that you can't dim your light. You cannot dim your light. You got to go stronger. You got to go harder. You got to put on your spiritual armor. And you do that again, maybe by praying in the morning, then visualizing, bubble around you of light, by taking sea salt baths, by connecting with good people, by taking care of yourself, keeping your vibration high. Because this is yours. Don't let anyone take it. Okay, King of Swords, cooperation. So this also might mean you have to learn how to get along. So you may be really successful in every single area. In every single area that you're doing on your own, venture that you're doing on your own. But when you're working with this particular group, you may have to, again, let someone else be the leader. Cooperation. And intuitively being able to go along with whoever needs to, again, feel like they're in charge. Again, got to keep your vibe high. because it's, again, you're not, but you have to keep your eye on the prize. So if your eye on the prize is that you need to work around somebody to get more clients or to get more opportunities or to get a certain contact, you keep your eye on the prize to get the contact, to get the opportunities, to get the money, whatever it is. And that means, again, biting your lip. Because remember, the intrusive energy is always going to passively, aggressively try and make you feel small. You're learning how to deal with this energy. Be as wise as a serpent, but be as gentle as a dove. That's what I tell you to do with that. Meaning, I know what you're doing, but I'm going to use that information and keep it in my back pocket. And whatever that is, if you decide to leave, or you decide to go after a bigger promotion, if you decide, you don't tell them, and you just navigate around the fact that you know that they're imbalanced. Because sometimes we have to work around people, be around people that are the pits, because they're not healed. And so then when they're not healed, again, everything's a trigger for them. They take everything personally. They have to elevate their ego in order to make themselves feel better. They will emotionally manipulate you. They will gaslight you. So it's difficult energy. No one's saying that it's not. But if you're getting this test, it means you've gotten this test before and you must have not passed it. If you got a lot of anxiety around it, it means you haven't passed it. If you don't have that much anxiety around it, it means, oh, well, I've gone through this before. Again, because we keep getting the same karmic lessons a lot of times until that emotional energy is dissipated, because your body is your mind's faithful servant. You've trained your body through the years. If you've held on to emotional energy, if you've held on to trauma, guess what? You have trained your mind, you've trained your body, and there are habits and behaviorisms that come from those core beliefs. So again, no one's saying that this is easy. So you have to say, how are you going to deal with this energy? Because you want your 10 of Pentacles. You want what's yours. And you don't know what this place that you're in right now, what golden nugget it's going to bring to you. You don't know, again, if you're going to meet a person. You don't know whether or not you're going to get an opportunity. You don't know whether it's exposure. You don't know whether it's a certain job, a certain opportunity. You don't know. So it's, again, there's blind faith. Blind faith. I don't know what, but I know something. And I also know that God's plan is better than mine. So, and I also know that no one can take what's mine unless me. So I have to understand, how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to deal with this intrusive energy? Because I want to, because that's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like, because that's what they want to do. I can't make you leave. I can't put a spectacle, because then that's going to, so they're going to do it passive aggressively. So again, difficult energy, but you got to keep your eye on the prize. Eye of the tiger, baby. Eye of the tiger. Keep your eye on the prize. No one can take what's yours. Keep your eye on the prize. Yep. See? Queen of Swords, and it came out reversed. Talking gossip, talking shit, talking smack. Again, trying to, create an image. The truth always comes out. Truth always comes out. And when it does, it's not going to be pretty, because the universe has a way of collecting karma. So you may have to go through some shit for a little while, But when it comes out, it's going to come out. Because the Queen of Swords is someone that doesn't have an individuality. Again, there's nothing unique about this person. This person is just full of their traumas on their poor me, and the world looks at this and life is hard, and again, just a very negative person. Because you have to realize, as energy beings, if you are not integrating a spiritual lesson, you're still holding on to negative energy. And that negative energy is where your personality should be. It's where character should be. It's where your flavor, your identity should be. This person's identity there isn't anything. It's again, they emulate people, they copy people, they're not strong within themselves. So you're dealing with that. You're dealing with people that are not strong, where you are strong. So it's very triggering. So remember, you cannot be on a high vibration and be with someone that's on a low vibration, because they are always going to try and trigger you so that you take it down a few notches. And you're not going to be able to manifest diddly, because your mind and your emotions can't be in a negative space. And then you be open to receiving abundance. It doesn't work that way. You have to be of a high vibration of unconditional love. Again, you may have to be in an imbalanced environment for a certain amount of time, but it's a very short period of time. But understand, it can feel like hell. It can feel like hell, especially if you're not feeling well and you have to, but you ignore it. Keep your eye on the prize. Eye on the prize. Yep, because 10 of Cups, you're going to get it. You're going to get your happiness. You are going to get your happiness. Happy day, happy day. Now, I want to warn you. How can I warn you? Let's look at some of the truth. And that's look at some of the wounds. Okay. Let's look at the triggers. Trigger. Your energy is supposed to circulate because the air around you is ubiquitous, right? It's everywhere. Woo! Well, guess what? God is also ubiquitous. The universe is ubiquitous. You are the universe inside of you. You are God inside of you, because spirit is inside of you. This is a deity part of self, which is a God part of self. That's unconditional love. So this energy is supposed to circulate through our body freely. So when we're stressed out, stress is held in the body. That makes it very difficult for this universal energy, this spiritual energy, to flow through us. And it has to flow through us in order to work through us, right? I mean, that's how it works. So a lot of people don't realize that you can shape shift your energy anytime you want. But if you don't shift your energy and you're holding on to a trigger, when that happens, you're going to want to react. And we can't come from a place of reaction. Because that's always coming from a place of emotion. We can't come from a place of fear. We won't get a good result. Now, no, this person might want you to gossip about them. They might want you to talk negative about them again. So just whatever. Just let it roll off your back. Keep your eye on what you're trying to get. All right. So X factor. So again, I feel like because this isn't a relationship, that wasn't that card. I was like, why is that in there? I was like, because this isn't a relationship, I feel as if that you had a friend that's close to the person that's antagonizing you. I feel as if almost like there's another element to this emotional issue, and that's when you have a close friend that you used to depend on emotionally, and then they've turned and they've disconnected because they're going along with the crowd. This is a trigger where you're being abandoned. So that's the other element. The element is first intrusive, being nasty, and then punishing you by, again, like your friend, like not wanting to deal with you almost, because I don't, if I deal with you, then I don't know what the consequences are going to be to me. So again, this could be a wound that you grew up with a parent that bullied you, that didn't treat you well, and you had another parent that wasn't strong enough to defend you. And maybe they were an alcoholic, or maybe they were, again, they just weren't strong enough. And so that is, even though, because again, this is not an X factor, but it's, I feel that there is still an emotional, like, connection. Well, the emotional connection is that you still have an emotional connection to your friend, or to this colleague that was a friend, that now, again, doesn't want to defend you, that doesn't want to act like they're your friend anymore. So now there's, again, a feeling of abandonment. I mean, I feel like there's, like, again, you had a feeling that, again, they were like fooling around, but this is not fooling around like as in fooling around like sexually. This is like fooling around as in like betraying, like creating, like them creating a false illusion of that you're not as authentic, or trying to tarnish your character in order for their benefit. But you catch them, and like I said, the truth will come out. It shows that the truth is going to come out. You're going to get what you want. You're going to get your you got 10 of cups and you got 10 of pentacles. Okay, which is like, you don't get any better than that. However, the trigger here, because that's why I said I wanted to pull what the triggers were, and the triggers were really, again, abandonment on top of it. And I feel like work at one time was support. And sometimes we treat work almost as if it's we treat work almost as if it's social hour, even though it's not social hour. We get, because we spend so much time at work. So the relationships that we can form through work are very strong. We can last forever because it's like family. And then on top of it, you knowing and waiting for the truth to come out, where the person is exposed, meaning actually does happen when you put up with this energy, because you're putting up with it because of the end result, not because, again, oh well, I need to fit in. You're going along, working cooperative with these people, even though it's difficult, because there's something in it for you. That's why, again, you're not letting, there's nothing that's perfect. Only God's perfect. And so when we expect people to be perfect, and again, not everyone's as evolved, and your friend, I feel like, is not as evolved as you. They're just not strong emotionally to set boundaries, and to have, again, their own identity, where they feel strong enough to, voice what's right or what's wrong. They're too afraid, so they're going to act as if they almost like don't know you. because they don't know how to deal with, how do I deal with you and then the person that doesn't like you, the person that's getting triggered by you. I don't want to get involved. So again, that's another karmic theme. So when we want to look at the triggers, we're looking at a trigger of abandonment. We're looking at a trigger of, again, no one protecting you. And we're looking at the spiritual lesson of learning diplomacy. Learning, again, not all situations are the best situations, but we have to keep our eye on the prize and not let anyone take what's yours. No one, they don't, no one can take what's yours. They can antagonize you, they can emotionally manipulate you, but in the end of the day, even if you were not to stay at this job, which I feel like you will not stay at this job, or whatever this environment is, which I'm feeling that you need to be in to get an opportunity, but I'm feeling it's work, that in the end you get what you want, and this person winds up not being able to stay at this job because you had to be there spiritually. It was destined as part of your path to be there, but then also to learn this spiritual karmic lesson of diplomacy. Because on many, many, many occasions within your life, you've had to deal with intrusive, difficult people that made you not feel confident, that made you feel as if you weren't allowed to be, to have your day, to be able to shine as bright. Don't let them do it. So what is the energy to what spiritual wisdom can we take away and how to deal with this situation even more, or anything else that we need to know? That's too many cards. All right, we're gonna take it. Power, know your power. That just fell out, but we're gonna pull another. But that's true. Know your power. Know that these people would not be doing that. They wouldn't be intimidated by you, whether it's a person or, well, because everyone's kind of going along with the crowd. They wouldn't all be going along with that one person. Again, like as if they're all sheep following a leader because they're afraid. If, again, if they didn't all see your power, right? If you didn't have any pull, any strength, any contribute anything, they would have gotten rid of you already. Everybody, again, they wouldn't be feel like, oh God, what's going to happen? Because they'd feel like, oh, that this person's weak. They're not going to even defend themselves. They're not powerful. That what's going to happen? They're not going to be able to influence, they would think. But they know that you can influence. That's why I'm saying embody your power. We talked about how you're going to do it. We talked about it. All right. Death, because you're not going to stay there. And it's going to be the death of that person in that establishment because they're going to bury themselves. Because the truth always comes out. Because you were destined to be there. Divinely, you were guided to be there. That's not how this person got there. This person got there by manipulating and, again, by cutting their way to the top, and then not just like strategically and cunning and moving like a snake to get to what they needed. But then on top of it, they see your gift and they think that they're going to stop you. They can't stop you because this is a divine path for you. So there's going to be karmic consequences for them. Let them have their consequences. Let them have their consequences. Distracted, checking. Okay, so again, stay grounded. Stay grounded so that you don't react. Because distracted, checking out of reality, suffering and overwhelmed. You know, don't act like you're an island. Remember, when you get out of balance with that energy, it's the way that you feel depressed. Connect with people. Again, we talked about this. We talked about this in this reading. Okay, now final message. What does the universe tell us to do? Aside from everything else that's not anymore, let this down. Because, you know, when you're dealing with this, it's like, oh my God, I have anxiety. And it's like, why are we letting this person affect us? Because I'm sensitive. I didn't do anything wrong. I like to get along. Why? And Spirit's saying, because you're learning a lesson. You're learning how to deal with people. All right. What's the message? What's the message? When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disturbed. Isn't that freaking, like, that's perfect for this? Again, so when you are in alignment with the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of nature, nothing can stop you, not even an intrusive person. The Spirit had said that in the beginning with this energy. Synthesis, you know when you're in alignment. You know when it feels right. You know what to do. You're going to be asked to take this spiritual test past it in order to get to the next level, in order to shed that old self fully so you can see yourself differently, in order to get to your 10 of Cups and your 10 of Pentacles, the best damn cards in the deck. In my opinion, I mean, happily ever after, and money and success and just everything that you could ever want. So again, don't let a loser get in your way. All right. Now, if you resonated with this Libra or whoever that wound up landing on this, let me know. And again, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, be interactive with me. You want to win a reading? You know what to do. I said in the beginning of the video. Rewind it if you forgot. All right. I'll see you all soon. Bye.